Oh, shoot. What just happened? Oops. I It might help if I didn't mute myself. Everyone's 1 second. Can chat, can y'all hear them? 1 second. About to find out. Can y'all say something? Nope.
I don't know if this is gonna go so well.
Now they should hear you.
Oh, should
It's
they?
gonna go so well.
Oh, if you do that, I'm not gonna do the tongue twisters then.
Hold on a second. Let me make sure I got this right.
I hear.
Let's.
You hear?
He says he hears.
Okay.
Hey!
Good. Okay.
Audio.
Yeah. So, that was my mistake. I have Discord going through Voicemail Banana, and with this scene collection, I didn't add Voicemail Banana to my scenes, my sources. So
Because
I
that's
could hear
dramatic
you
lighting.
because I had it Voicemail Banana open, but they couldn't hear you because I didn't have it added to the sources.
That'll do it.
So I'm
And-
lacking sufficient light source, so I
was about to say, you lighting a candle right now? You don't have a light bulb
I
right now?
mean,
A working light bulb?
He's ready for Halloween.
Well, it's that time of the year. I can't blame him.
welcome to the spook stream, guys. I know
Welcome to Spooky Slayers podcast.
that's right, Spooky Slayer podcast. So get ready because we have no idea what's gonna happen. Neither do you. So
And
Go ahead.
and for those in chat that wonder what happened with the scenes, because I said it, but I didn't realize I was muted. So for True Gaming's cherry stream a few weeks ago, I set up Stream Deck buttons for their stuff. I could have swore
Correct.
I set up ones for the podcast as well, and without thinking about it, I hit my live scene button. And so what I didn't know was that if you're on a different scene, or even if you're on a different like scene collection, it will convert OBS back to your collection.
Oh, okay.
That'll do it.
That's actually kind of handy though. Like,
Well, it is, because if you're doing something like a cherry stream, you forget to switch things back, it'll just switch everything back for you. Well, at least the scene collections will. But yeah, I did not expect that to happen at all.
already off to a good start. Don't worry.
I mean, this is only the second time I've hosted it from my computer, and I've screwed it up beginning both times. At least this time we didn't have an ad.
That is true.
All right.
That said, this ad is brought to you by me. Help me fix my light bulb, please. Because I currently don't have light. I'm using a candle and a desk light in the back. I can point to, but
And
that's where I'm at.
and at that, welcome everybody. I guess I should start the introductions now.
Not a bad idea.
Right. So welcome everybody. This is the Hobo Slayers team channel, and this is the Hobo Slayers podcast. I am Do I say I'm the host? Is I'm the one doing the streaming, or
You're the one hosting it right now, so.
okay? So I am today's host, PallasStreams or Pallas. And today I have with me NikUncut and
What's going on, folks?
And DanzikStreams.
Hey.
Welcome, guys. I'm glad y'all could join in today. We were gonna have Llama Soul, but he had some family stuff come up and couldn't make it today. So it's just the three of us. And
Can only go well.
I guess y'all two are the resident veterans because this is both of y'all's third time. It's only my second. So
do we have the record then at the moment?
Top podcasters for the Hobo
I
Slayers?
think so, and
Most
just until I catch up to you.
Is there a punch card?
Actually, at the fifth one, you get a free 6-inch sub with the purchase of another sub. So.
Oh man. Great.
If you can work that out with Subway, go for it.
Look, like we're not gonna be able to get a free sandwich, which is why they're gonna do the 6-inch with another.
A BOGO.
He's an anime dude. I would have joined if there was free subs.
What is this? Well, maybe you should.
Dude, I mean, we could easily pull in another person on this call and throw it up there. It would be. I'll be changing scenes on the go, but we can make it work.
Oh no, this can only go well.
Hobo Slayers podcast,
Hey.
not brought to you by Subway, unfortunately.
Hey, at least
Okay,
now,
about it.
By Subway.
at least now I can say I know how to fix the video to where I can get more than 2 people on there now.
Yeah.
It only took 45 minutes
podcast.
of messing with it for me to figure that out.
Hey, at least you did get to figure it out. I remember that was one of the issues we had last time. It was just me and you on your first podcast in this.
Well, I mean, I still had an issue with it last time. I just made your video big enough or so big it covered mine. I just rearranged the sources where no one could see it.
Yeah.
But this time with more than 2 people, I have to make it where it don't cover up Nick down there, or vice versa, where Nick's don't cover up yours. So
Now we can only figure out on Discord why we can't just get your camera up here next to ours.
Yeah, that would be nice.
oh yeah, on the Discord call itself.
Yeah, but I've got multiple monitors, so I have like the actual Twitch on one
Yep.
screen. I've got ours on another screen.
You're on my other one over here.
Yep. So there you go. So once again, this is the Hobo Slayer podcast where all the members of our stream team, well, a few of them, because not everybody's been on here yet. We'll say it that way. Where members of our team come together and we talk about things gaming and streaming related. Nick hasn't been on here in a while, so Nick, why don't you kind of, for anyone that's new to the channel and new to the Hobo Slayers podcast and team in general, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your channel?
All right. Well, it's as I jokingly said before. This is actually my 3rd time on the show, but it's been a few weeks due to moving, and also we had that awesome meetup. I promise we'll talk about. But enough about that. My name is NikUncut. I am a variety streamer who happens to stream too much Rainbow Six Siege. So that's the nice way to put it at the moment. I haven't been on the team for super long here, but I've enjoyed every little second of it, including this weird podcast, Frankenstein Monster, whatever we're calling this. Also, Waffle House.
The place where you spend way too much time at.
Shout out to Waffle House.
Way too much time there.
For those who wonder about that, we got to Waffle House probably like 8:30.
No, that was like 7:30, 7 o'clock. Yeah, 7:30 or 8.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
about 8 o'clock, we got done eating.
1 in the morning.
Well, no, we got done eating probably about 10 o'clock, and then we didn't leave till after 1.
That's true. And then I didn't get home till 2:30 or 3 a.m.
Yeah, so
There is something wrong with Waffle House when it's the place you used to work at, and it's
it just made for entertaining conversation.
I mean, our waitress, our server was awesome.
Our waitress was great. Like she was excellent.
Poor Sniper Wolf.
And the security guard was awesome too. I mean,
yeah.
us just standing outside the Waffle House was the security guard.
That was a police officer.
Yeah, I mean, the police officer, and you had Nick and Sniper Eye 2010 both over here in a conversation about shooting.
wasn't involved the entire time. It's more of I'm just happen to be the other guy that rides with him. But
I mean, I'm so far out of.
I kid, Kevin. If you're watching, I kid.
I'm so far out that I didn't have a clue what half this was being said half the time. But
just smile and nod. It's how I get through most conversations.
But yeah, so yeah, Waffle House at 1 a.m. That was interesting. But yeah, anything else?
Spot to be at 1 in the morning.
Oh yeah. Anything else you want to add, Nick?
Not really. Other than, like I said, I stream a lot of stuff, but apparently it's too much Siege right now, as usual. So, as soon as I get my internet fully optimized here, I will be back to streaming. I've kind of had to take the last week off due to moving, but as soon as I get this thing up, we're going live. So
now I will say it's only too much if you're tired of it yourself.
Every time I think I want to stop, they do something like this Halloween event. So,
which I've completely missed out on because I didn't know about it till like yesterday.
I mean, it's still going on. It's literally just hide and seek.
Okay.
Except with murder, but
I mean, that's all Halloween stuff, so.
So it's hide and seek for keeps.
Yes. Yes to that.
All right.
Oh.
All right, Danzig, how about you tell us about yourself?
All right. I'm DanzikStreams. I've been seriously streaming since about March of this year. Made my Twitch account about 2 years ago. That's kind of just like a hey to my just to show my friends when I'm playing the games, everyone can like watch. I didn't join the Hobo Slayers until August, about a month after I hit affiliate, and I am just a variety streamer. I am all over the place with my streaming. I haven't had a set schedule until recently, which I'm just now putting into effect as I'm trying to take this even more seriously than before. Right now, some of the games I've been playing is Code Vein, League of Legends on my spare time with my buddies, but sometimes I'll throw it on there because we have like crazy fun moments. Witcher 3 was actually last Thursday because I just hit 100 followers and I made a deal with a buddy of mine that I would stream Witcher 3 if that was the case. Yeah. What else have I been streaming? Borderlands 3, I'm still trying to get through that game slowly but surely. But otherwise, I'm just unlike Nick and his Siege, I am just a straight variety streamer and probably all over the place. So we'll never have a complete like this game will be this day. This game will be this day.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Solid.
I'm still trying to figure out what to name my Instagram. So if you guys got a funny name, go ahead and drop it.
Name your Instagram?
Name my Instagram.
Okay, I don't know what to say that one. I mean, it's just DanzikStreams, right? I mean, I don't know what this is about naming Instagram. That's new to me.
I was gonna be funny.
Oh, okay. All right. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's literally all it is to me.
All right. And for myself, I am PallasStreams, or Pallas, as most of you know me. I am also a variety streamer. I do pick certain games per week, but per day, but it changes week to week. So just an example, like this week I've got dedicated days for certain games because I'm planning collabs across 2 stream teams for Halloween and Extra Life. So yeah, I try to pick dedicated days for stuff like that, but other than that, I am pretty much all over the place. I mean, I played 3 games last night. But yeah.
I mean, sometimes you might as well switch it up a little bit.
Right. And I'm one, I mean, I just know I could do what you do, Nick, and solely play one game. I would get bored after like 2 weeks. I've tried that. I tried doing, I couldn't do Siege for 2 days. Because it's one of those things, that is one of those games that if I'm not in a chat with friends, and I get stuck with random people, I get so mad at the things people say.
Oh yeah.
And
I have everyone muted by default.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things that I have to I have to be with friends, otherwise I'll get so mad and I get really frustrated, and I don't want to. Not that I don't want to show my frustration, because I'm sure that'd be entertaining in itself. Because I know I did get mad, like really mad on stream one night, and like chat got really into it. But
chat's gonna love it when people get mad.
Oh, I mean, I was like almost to the point of like cursing on stream. Like I was that mad at people, and like I was saying stuff over voice chat with the random people too. So it was entertaining, I'm sure.
Oh no.
So it's like I don't think I've streamed Siege since then, actually.
Yeah, it's not I think I recently hit 1,600 hours, and yeah, it's it's not the most welcoming crowd.
No, it's not.
1,600 hours. Let's see what I.
Yeah.
I feel like Palace is gonna have more hours than I'm gonna have on Siege.
No. So all my hours are on Xbox. I can give you what they are on PC, but it's not. I mean, nothing.
Well, I only had it on PC, so.
Yeah, so I originally played Siege on Xbox with my nephews back when it first came out. And only recently, in the past year or so, went back and started playing it on PC. Yeah, see, PC I've only got 25 hours.
Okay.
And that's all this year alone. But
I've
back when it first came out,
hours.
that was like almost all I played for like 3 or 4 months back when it first came out, because I was playing with my nephew and his friends.
Right.
I have 2 hours in Siege, so I mean it's more than me.
I mean, let's be fair. I put so much time into the Xbox and then moved to the PC because that's where PC or the competition was on PC.
Hold up, Nick. It sounds like your mic's cutting in and out again.
Give me a second.
Okay. Making sure it wasn't just me there.
Yeah, I heard. I was like, uh-oh.
I was waiting for you to talk again so I know if it was him or not.
Yeah, I was also just not wanting to cut him off, but at the same time, I was like, oh no, here we go. New level fix for it.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. I use I have that GOG Galaxy, which is basically takes libraries from every one of your PC launchers and puts them all into one. And
I haven't done that. I got open several different launchers.
Yeah, this combines all of them. You could launch everything from one. So let's see, because this will actually tell you combined hours across multiple systems too. So.
Oh really?
Yep. Siege is right about 1,600 hours.
What size is that? That does this?
This is actually GOG, Good Old Games.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll have to pull in my Xbox stuff and see how much. Actually, I can pull up right now and see how much Xbox is.
Yeah, they let you implement your Uplay, your PlayStation, Origin, Epic, Xbox, GOG, and you can add your own stuff.
Interesting.
Well, I think Xbox itself will tell you how many hours you want.
Yeah, Xbox will. This is just a way to show across multiple systems.
Gotcha. Okay, let me.
Well, it's about to become something I have to worry about, because I went Friday during my lunch from break from work. I just went and bought an Xbox One out of impulse.
There you go.
Oh boy.
And the only games I got were the Halo Master Chief Collection, Halo 5, because I'm just having this huge itch to play the Halo games again.
Well, don't worry, because it's not coming to the PC anytime soon. So
they say it is, but we know better.
That beta was supposed to be a few months ago.
Yeah, a few months ago. It's still no word on it.
They were like, "Don't worry, it's next month," and it's been like 3 months since then.
They're treating this like Final Fantasy VII Remake before Final Fantasy VII Remake finally became an actual tangible thing.
Actually, it's scarily close to that, because when it launches on PC, I think it's only Halo Reach launching.
Yeah, and they're not to like release the different Halos as time goes, and I'm like, no, come on, man. Just, you already have all of them out. Come on.
Exactly.
I tried to curb that like itch by downloading the original Halo, like Combat Evolved on my PC, because I was the only one that had PC.
Right.
And it's nostalgic. I love it, but man, is it kind of rough.
It's a rough one.
Maybe it's just the executable that I got for it. because I don't have a CD drive, so I had to
Okay.
actually go find the game online because I have the game, I own it. I just need and the CD key. I just had to find the actual like program to run it and install it. So I
Right.
probably got a bad program. But I was like, this feels different on not without my controller.
Yeah, this feels kind of wrong.
Because Halo 3 was like one of the only games that I ever like played exclusively. It was just like I'm always on Halo 3.
I've still never played Halo 3. I don't think. I think it's one of the only ones I haven't played.
Really?
What?
I've played Combat. I played Combat Evolved, the remake. I got it when it came out. I've played 2, I think. I played 4, 5, and Reach.
What about ODST?
I played some of that. I don't think I ever finished it.
Okay.
Because I had ODST, I didn't have 3.
Okay. That's kind of sad, unfortunately, because ODST was basically it was like a glorified DLC, but man, was it such a good game.
Well, for
True,
me
but it
in
also
college,
did come with Halo 3 multiplayer.
It did.
well, for me in college, I was a what they call a Microsoft student partner, some like a Microsoft rep thing for students, and as part of that, they sent me an Xbox 360 each year, to use, and when they did that, they'd send me a few games, and ODST was the only one they'd ever send me. They sent me ODST and Reach was the only one they'd ever send me.
Interesting.
Quite.
Maybe we should have like a Halo night.
I'd be up for that. I've actually done that with Sniper Eye 2010. We did what was it? Combat Evolved. We started the campaign on it, and then we called it a night, and we never got back to it.
I have a few clips from that.
Yeah. So the only issue I have with doing that is not really issues, but it's more like a things we'd have to work through ahead of time is audio, because it's on Xbox.
True.
And would be streaming on PC. So.
Well,
That would
with
be true.
my current setup, I actually have, I've got capture cards. I have an entire setup. I have an HDMI switcher, so every one of my consoles I switch to, and it goes through my capture card into my computer, so I record and then stream from my PC as opposed to Xbox's streaming.
I did that too.
And so I've got my PC's audio as well.
Too, but it may not be an issue for us because we'd all be in Discord, but like for Sniper 2010, he was streaming through Xbox, and so he was on in a Xbox party, so I had to figure out how to get through an Xbox party through PC.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's only 3 of us, we could just do a Discord. But if anyone else were to get involved for a 4-person multiplayer or a campaign, however many you do campaign, would have if they were on Xbox, would have to work something out.
Okay.
I suppose so. I mean, I think it can be easily circumvented, and we can probably do that.
Yeah, everybody's calling you a fancy boy.
If I may, streaming finds a way.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff Goldblum. Sweet Jurassic Park reference.
Oh, I didn't catch the reference. That's why I was confused.
That's why he was stuttering the words. Going, that's because that's the total Ian Malcolm-ism.
It's it's the way that you would speak about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, live streaming finds a way.
VDAT, thank you for following. Dude, I
Hey,
like the new
thank
follow
you.
alert.
I
that's
forgot. I
terrifying.
forgot we had the Ouija one. I was there when they made it.
I love it.
Dual light was gone.
So
No, that was.
So last time I did this, the follow alerts were broken for a little while, and so I didn't see it, and that's my first time seeing it.
I think it was put into effect on the first podcast that I watched, which I think was one of yours, Nick. It was you, Aizen, and Amy.
Mortan said it was when Tater and he were up. Amy added that.
Okay, maybe that was that one. Because I know I was like in the
Okay.
chat watching.
That was like episode 2 or 3.
I just started bursting out laughing at that nightmare fuel of Ouija.
Yeah, when Asian was on, it was basically zombie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then for us, last time I think it was broken for some reason. I think I screwed something up. I'm glad it works now.
It works. We did it.
It just
Let's
works.
go on to our big topic, the meetup.
Yes. So
Woo!
this for the record, this so everybody knows, this podcast is random. However, we had a couple of things we wanted to kind of talk about since we all seen each other last week. First one was, of course, the introductions, which we got out of the way. But the big thing we all wanted to talk about was how we enjoyed the meetup, since we all are in Alabama and we all attended the Alabama meetup last week. So, anybody want to start?
I mean, I'll go ahead. I mean, I got there about the time everyone was setting up, and I ran into you, Amy, Llama, and I think Nick was there as also. There wasn't too many people there yet. I mean, Nick didn't get until a little bit later.
No, I showed up right on the dot, and I'll explain that when I get to myself.
And like immediately, I didn't go to the first meetup, so I can't really talk about the experience you guys had over the deep with that. But the people there were extremely friendly and open and inviting. Like, they had a nice area for us to set up everything in. They were like providing all these different kinds of things that we needed. I was really impressed by the hospitality of that building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place was really cool. The deep was cool last time. The issue with that was it wasn't much people there. It was the people who were sharing the same space as us.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which were a group of Magic the Gathering players. So
not that there's anything wrong with Magic the Gathering. It's just those people weren't very friendly.
No, those people were borderline hissing at us, just this is our space.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Magic the Gathering is great. It's a fun game. It has its place. The player base can be.
All right, now be careful.
I mean, I have a lot of.
Nick's reaction to that was to look great.
I have to think carefully on how to say this, because I have a lot of Magic the Gathering friends. I have a lot of people who love Magic the Gathering. I do.
This is how it always starts. I have a lot of friends that do it. Don't worry. I'm friends with a lot of people, okay?
So it's okay for me to say no, but I've run into an equal amount of really aggressive Magic the Gathering players who are just like, you're not in our circle, you're not, why are you here? And or just get really mad that we're sharing the same or in the same area as them, and they're just like, this is Magic only.
So
they look at you and shout interloper.
Yeah, basically.
So I want to add on to something Mortanis just said. He said it seems pretty normal for Magic the Gathering players at local game stores. So before you guys got up to the meetup, or they may have been still there when y'all got there, but they left shortly after we started. There were 3 Magic Gathering players when we were at the location this time, and at one point I got a notification from Pokemon Go. If we all ever got there, it was Amy. Amy had sent me a gift on the way. Mm-hmm. And I opened the app and I forgot to lower the sound. And immediately they heard the music and the guy went, "That's Pokemon Go." I was like, yeah. And we had a conversation about Pokemon Go and then switched over to Magic Gathering. It was a good conversation. The guys were really nice. And like I said, I don't think it's all players at game stores. I think it's just those particular people. I think they normally meet on Saturdays around that time, and they just felt we were imposing on their time slot that they normally have for that space.
Okay.
But we were also on the website this time.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is a difference. So this time, the location we were at, they actually helped advertise it for us. They advertised on Facebook, their website. Made events for it, all kinds of stuff, and were really nice about it. And yeah, actually, when we got there, I don't know if y'all knew it or not, but the owner was actually there when we were at the event. He was one of the people making sure everything went well, went good the whole time. So the owner was actually there the whole time for the event, and actually I think took some pictures of pictures as well.
That's good. But yeah, what Mortanis is saying, that's my biggest issue with in like a local or a tabletop game. How his local game started a problem with flocks of people that would just watch other people's games and then critique it without being asked. Just like looming over them nearby, no deodorant. You shouldn't have cast that. Now he's gonna block with this instead. You should. Yeah, no. People like that get on every last nerve in my entire body, and I just get like extremely displeased for people like that. It's so nosy. It's so annoying. I'm just like, ah, go away.
Again, the literal boo and hiss.
Yeah.
No, this video was much better though. I was very impressed.
We did have a couple trouble setting up a few things, but once we had everything going, I think everyone had pretty much a really good time there. And I don't really see anyone.
I mean, I had a great time, but I also drove an hour and a half, so I was going to have a good time regardless.
That's true. I did not have to have that kind of, because I only live like 20 minutes away. So, quick short hop and a skip down the interstate, and I'm there.
Yeah, same here. I'm about 20 minutes away.
Instead of getting home at 2:30 or 3 a.m.
Okay, we even tried to say, like, it was like 11 o'clock, and we were like, you guys got an hour and a half, right? Like,
oh, I'm aware. I was very
aware. Wrapping up
of
Waffle House.
Oh, yeah, because he was standing beside me, just looking at his watch every couple minutes, trying to estimate what time he'd be home.
Yeah, it wasn't his wife or his significant other, her girlfriend, wife. I don't really know. It was just like, are you guys still there? And he was like, yeah.
Oh yeah, Sniper's wife that called him.
Yeah, no, she called him. It was like, hey, where you at? And I kept looking at him like, dude, I like we're having great conversations. This is awesome, but we also have to drive. And if we don't
had to drive.
At some point, I'm going to leave you here. So like.
But that point wasn't until 1 in the morning.
And it only became because we had some people showing up. We're like, we should probably go before they like cause trouble.
Look, Waffle House is not the safest place to be at 1 in the morning. So
not that Waffle House.
I was about to say I would have probably a different Waffle House maybe.
No, I'm gonna stand by it. All Waffle Houses at 1 a.m.
No, I have one near me that is good. And that is the Waffle House that after 9 p.m. I can walk in, and as soon as I got in the door, they're already calling out my order.
You can see a regular there, so that's good.
You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. You must be cautious. Exactly.
That Waffle House embodies that statement. Because out of everyone, I had the most personal interaction with that one, as I was an employee there.
Oh, that was so much fun, though.
The stories I have were horrifying.
Our waitress was the best, though.
But apparently y'all love the Asian cowboy. They went to the gentleman's club. He didn't exactly shout gentleman's club.
I fell over. Hold on. Okay.
But no, the meetup went extremely well. There was a lot of us playing a lot of games. I know me and Mama were both trying not to hog the Smash console, but we were playing Smash Brothers a lot. Me and him finally got to do our actual non-online lag. What's it called? We're playing a rematch on Smash Brothers because I went and joined one of their streams and we just had so much lag that it was really frustrating.
Right.
A lot of people were. We had a lot of different and interesting people there, and just having to like cycle through. Everyone was extremely friendly. It seemed like everyone was super excited to be there. There was an issue with Llama's VR machine. We're trying to get Beat Saber loaded for like the custom songs.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually had more people there than we did at the previous one. The previous one, there was 34 people there.
I'd say it was more than that.
It was 34 people there, and then this time I counted 40. But some people had already left. What the owner said he thought was more of in the 45 to 50 range.
Mm-hmm.
So we almost doubled our amount of people attending. And there's still people who were like, hey, I couldn't make it. Or
we
people who joined because they heard about it day of or whatever else in the Discord. So next time there's going to be even more people.
Absolutely. See, hopefully it's fun. We'll never find a more Asian cowboy. So that's not like, yeah, okay. So I mean, it was. There's not really a way to describe him. He was an Asian man, in like denim, full denim, cowboy boots up to his knees, and a 10-gallon hat. I mean, like, his head was like a little bit on the small side, but he had like a full wide brim, and his hat went up to like here. And he kind of like with like spurs on those boots. And he came in, he was so drunk, because it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. And he just kind of like sits at the counter at the Waffle House and plops his head down. His hat nearly falls off into the dish sink. And I'm like, you okay, man? And he just kind of looks up to me. And I'm not going to try and like fake an accent or anything. But he was just like, you'll never guess where I was. And I was like, no. And he just screams the word. I don't know if I can even scream the words on here. But I mean, he just screams titty bar. As loud as he can. And I'm like, what? Then he just like, he screams it like another time and spins around the chair and then leaves without ordering anything. I'm still confused.
I mean, what's there to be confused about? I mean, we know where he was at.
And we know where he probably went back to.
We knew where his priorities were set.
I really hope he's doing okay in life. He was such a good, interesting person.
Oh yeah.
Nothing but the best. Nothing but the best for a 2 a.m. Asian cowboy at the Waffle House, man.
Oh no.
Yeah, so for myself, I was the first one there, and so you mentioned comparing it to the Deep. So I was not there as early as I wanted to be for the Deep because for the Deep meetup, I'd actually locked my. What are you doing, Nick?
Okay. You gotta understand, right? Hold on, let me set the mood here.
Don't burn yourself.
Everything is DIY right now because my lights don't work. I'm using a candle. This is great. I love this. I love being here, guys. Alright, I'm good.
What was I saying?
You weren't there at the Deep.
Oh yeah, so the Deep, I got there late because I locked my keys in my truck, and so I had to.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I had to get CT Gamer on his way up to pick me up. So I got there a little late, but apparently they had forgotten that we were even coming.
Yeah,
and
that's what I heard.
Yeah, so they forgot we were coming, and so they're like, well, you can just be upstairs with the Magic players. So that's what happened with, that was the gist of that one. There was a lot more that happened later on, but that was the gist of it. This one, I got there before Amy did. And so I came in. The owner wasn't in there at all. And the person that Amy had talked to wasn't there. So I'm just like, as soon as I walked in, they're like, can I help you? Because I was kind of looking around trying to figure out where I want to set stuff up at. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here for the meetup. And they're like, okay, no problem. Just set up wherever. Like, okay. So I set my stuff down. I walked over. I was like, do we need to, like, sign anything? Or, because we're using your space? Like, nope, you're good. A little while later, the owner came by. He's like, yeah, we've been expecting y'all. He's like, he said, the place is basically yours. How you want to get set up, we can get whatever you need. They're, like, super helpful.
The only problem I had was like I wanted the drinks. So I only had a card on me and I had to charge $5. So to be able to get to that amount, I had to buy 2 drinks, bag of Reese's Pieces, and like a bag of chips. And it's like, oh, there you go. Now I can get my drink. But I mean,
yeah,
if that's my only issue, then that's really not going to be.
See, that's how you drink like an adult now, is with Reese's and with.
Yeah.
Well, it was one of those things that I was the 2 or 3 of us that ordered before y'all got there. We ordered like some nachos or something like that, but we had ordered stuff that was over $5, so I didn't think to tell us that before people got there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so all of our stuff was over, and so until it actually came up where someone needed something that was less than $5, that's when they remembered, oh, hey, we should probably tell them this. But
Yeah.
but we know it for next time we're there, and we're looking at.
Yeah.
We've got a total of 3 locations we're looking at now, so we're looking at swapping up.
Depending on how much North Alabama Discord, like Streamers Discord grows, yeah, that place isn't going to be able to hold.
Don't worry, we're gonna flip it, and this time everyone except for Kevin and I will drive an hour and a half. So
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
once the
I
heads are
think
no-
that place
no.
would do for maybe 1 or 2 more times, but anything more than that, it's going to be too small.
Yeah.
True.
But we're considering the deep again because I don't know if you knew or not, but one of the guys who works there was actually at the meetup, and he was apologizing, saying he wasn't involved with, it wasn't working that day, and didn't know that was happening. And
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
yeah, so he was like, if y'all want to do it at the deep again, he said get in touch with me, and he said I'll handle everything. So the deep is a possibility. He said next time if y'all want the upstairs, he said we can just reserve the entire space for you.
Could he help us scare away the magic kids?
No, like he said if we do it, he's gonna reserve the entire upstairs. Where the entire upstairs is ours. Well, there's no magic, no nothing. It's just us up there.
What I'm saying is like we need someone to go up there with like a trash can and a stick and like just turn on all the lights and yell scatter.
Cockroaches.
Exactly. Don't worry, they'll have enough time to pick up their cards and everything because it's their cards. Like
Yeah, no, that's their priority.
exactly, they're gonna be gone. We're gonna be like, cool. And then we're just gonna hear hissing from beneath us.
I just can't every time we talk about people who have like trading cards like that who are that vehement about their cards, I just can't help but think I can't remember where it's from. He's just like, my blue eyes. Like,
but ask me, that costs money.
Magic card put on the fishing pole. Yeah, I mean, if we have any Magic players in the North Alabama, donate to put on the end of a fishing rod and kind of bait them out.
Nah, you
slowly.
can make a fake. Nice.
Easy.
You ever see the zombie hordes in Days Gone? It's
Yeah.
pretty much that. It's like, all right, I'll lure them away. You guys can fill up the space.
I like Mortanus' idea. Magic the Gathering players are allergic to axe bites, but just hose them down with it.
I don't know about that. They're just allergic to any sort of deodorant, period.
So just,
Like-
just grab. Well, any of it would work. You can just grab some spray and spray them
Just
down.
dangle a bar of soap in front of them. Just
Exactly, and then run away.
That goes for a lot of people, especially at conventions and things like that. I swear my next cosplay outfit's going to be a giant bar of soap.
You mean like the, I think it was the Smash tournaments where they had to request people to shower before they came?
Yes, that's a huge thing most conventions do now,
Yep.
because it's as much of a meme as it is, it's absolutely true. People will just not take care of their own personal hygiene. Did I get my
You need to
message
shower,
on
right?
TS? Yeah, I did. So we'll talk about that later and try and get you set up for that dual stream later.
All right. Hope he gets like the spooky lighting.
No, I
Oh,
need to
yeah.
get some candles.
But yeah, this one was much better. Like I said, that they were just like, yeah, we weren't expecting you. No, it's no problem. It was great, and the owner was very welcoming. We'll probably do more there, and at least until we outgrow it. Yeah, so we're looking at there again, the deep in the future when we work with the guy. Actually, he was going to join the Discord as well. I don't know if he ever did, but he was going to join the Discord. So if we get ready to plan stuff, we could involve him.
Right.
And then someone threw out the idea of there was a space at Campus 305 that would work.
Okay, I can see it. 305. We can
That
definitely.
is a place, apparently.
Are you
I
familiar
go
with
there
305,
often.
Nick?
I don't live in that city, so...
Well, I didn't know if you'd been there while you were up here at any point. So,
no.
so Campus 305 used to be a school.
It used to be an old Stone Middle School, I think, but they completely changed it up. Now there's like 2 breweries there built into like the gym. There's a lot of bars there and a lot of events.
Yeah, so Campus 305 used to be a school. They converted different buildings to different things. So there's 2 breweries, a pizza place. Actually, I think next door is also another brewery.
Yeah, there's a speakeasy, there's a actual bar, there's like a small arcade place they've been trying to build
Well,
up.
all of that is just straight to ale. Everything you're describing right now is just straight to ale. But there's
It's
next
just
door.
really fine. Yeah, that's
Do
straight
what?
to Ale's place. That's where they do all the brewing and things like that.
We're going.
Yeah. So
We're going.
Nick's all in.
So in straight to ale, they have the arcade, they have the speakeasy, the brewery. You can grab food. Next door there is Yellowhammer Brewery, and there's a pizza place inside of it. But next door to that is like 2 more breweries. I don't know if you knew that or not.
And a really awesome sushi restaurant.
Yes, I've been there.
Yeah, Rock and Roll Sushi.
Yep, been there.
It's like a stretch of road. So like that entire stretch downtown is actually part of like the bar. I can't remember the actual term for it, but it's like the bar lane. Because if you walk down this entire stretch of road, you hit like every local brewery in Huntsville.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the top, like one of the bigger ones, because they just had so much space to like renovate and like be able to take events and places. So I go to there like all the time.
And all of those is that's also the area. If you ever hear people talking about the area where you had the purple cups or the various colored cups, this is an area where the city has mandated if you have, depending on what area, where you're at in downtown, if you're near one of these places, if you have a certain colored cup, you can take it out of the restaurant and be walking around. If you're within a certain vicinity of that. Yeah,
because that's one of the attractions. The fact that there's so many bars on this strip of area that they'll let you. Like,
so you can leave the brewery, walk down, a block away to one of the places next door, and go in there. And as long as you're within that certain vicinity of that color cup, you could actually have your cup with you as you walk over there.
My God.
Oh. Blowing Nick's mind, apparently.
So yeah, Campus L5 is one someone threw out there, and we're going to investigate that. And then, of course, the Deep and where we were there today. So that's our 3 locations right now until we outgrow those. Campus L5, there's like I think it's an auditorium we could use.
There's like a gym. Like I think they let us use the gym where the brewing is. That's where they usually hold all their events.
Oh. The one I saw had all the brewery stuff in it. I don't think they let us use that.
Well, like where all the brewery stuff is, that's where they had like half of that is all their brewing equipment and them like loading their kegs, but the other half of that gymnasium is like where they hold like events, parties, and things like that. And then there's of course the outside grounds between Yellowhammer and Straight to Ale.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about like the lobby area. Because the main auditorium gym is where all the brew stuff is, and there's just a little walkway, and that's it. But if you walk out there to like what would be the lobby area of it, that's where like the seating is.
Yeah, no, not there. No, I do mean the gym with all the brewing stuff, because they hold events there all the time.
Yeah.
That's where they hold all their places for like no matter what's going on.
Maybe
but either way, I mean, I'm down. I'm down for 805.
Yeah, maybe I just haven't been to the part of the place. Because I hadn't visited the whole location yet. I've only been to various parts, depending on what event I'm going to.
Sounds like we need to have like a mini, like we have like a business meeting over there, and walk the grounds, have some beers.
I'd say a business meeting, yes.
Business meeting, yes. Do we have a Hobo Slayer's corporate card we can charge to?
and that's another thing that we don't have to wait for the meetups to all hang out together.
That's true.
That's something that I've been meaning to mention in there. If people want to get together and like if you just want one Saturday in between because you don't want to wait to the meetup, we could pick a Saturday in the middle there and say, hey, everybody, a few of us are going to hang out here at Campus 5, grab some lunch, something like that. Anybody wants to join can come up. We could do something like that too. And
even the streamers in the area, we can all just collab with one another, so you can actually just like say, hey, do you want to try and if you have the space to like be able to do so. Yep. You can just be like, hey, do y'all want to do like a collaboration over at my place here and like do like a group joint stream for this one game or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really nice having a group community like that locally.
What's it like?
What's it like?
Come on up, we can show it to you.
That's gonna be another 1.5-hour drive, so
pick a weekend.
You say that. Pick a weekend, yeah. Drive there one day, drive back the next day.
All right.
Yeah,
after all, we had the meetup. I'm pretty sure no one there was a serial killer.
I mean, look, we were at Waffle House, so it's a little more likely than you think.
I mean, anyone who goes to Waffle House probably is a serial killer.
Like there's a good 50% chance.
Speaking of someone who worked at Waffle House, yeah, every customer in there is a potential serial killer.
It's just the truth of it.
That's just the truth. But yeah, as far as the whole event went, everyone seemed to have fun. I don't think there was any real complaints, and no one seemed to like. We didn't have any issues. We didn't have any one of us cause trouble or. Which
Nope.
Right.
usually in events like that, you usually have to kind of be wary about that. But we didn't have to this time. Everyone was just like super friendly, super positive. I can't wait till the next meetup now because I was kind of apprehensive. 'Cause I'm not really good with like large social like areas and groups and meetups and things like that. But this felt more cozy.
Yeah.
Don't worry, because none of us are. So
Yeah. Well,
And we're
that's
working at
also part of
doing
it.
3 a year. I think I've convinced Amy of that. Because
it was like a spring, summer, fall.
yeah, because I want to stay away. I want to stay away from holidays.
Yeah.
So I'm
And we're
thinking,
entering the holiday season.
yeah. So I was thinking February. I think it was February, June, October, every 4 months.
not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all.
And we can pick
Yeah.
the location based on time of year. For example, I doubt we want to be outside in February, so probably campsite house probably a bad idea. If you want to do stuff outside.
I happen to have what's known as a Miracle Whip complexion. So like outside, and myself, we just don't agree on everything, you know.
Right.
Me and the sun are not friends.
No, very much not.
Well, I mean, the area outside area 805 is covered anyways.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I was just thinking it'd be nice just to sit outside and eat and have fun.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
For those of you in the chat, by the way, who don't know what it is, the meetup is literally all of us standing in this weird square in this building, and we're just talking. That's really it.
Playing
No,
games.
let's be clear. We're on one side of the square.
We did.
We were
convert
a
to one
square
side.
within a square, but still.
Yeah, we there was this big square and we were all on one side of it. There was a few people sitting down at tables on the other side, but it was not. There was one point I had to move because I was feeling claustrophobic. There was so many people so close together, and I'm not claustrophobic at all.
I mean, if you're feeling claustrophobic, I feel bad for Amy because I mean, as the organizer for the group and everything, she was like everyone was like around her, and I was like, oh no. And me and you were talking about it, and you were like, hang on, I gotta go save her. I gotta
Yeah.
go pull her away.
Well, because last time she was handling the sign-in area and she was up next to a wall and people were surrounding her. So this time I put myself next to the wall and sat down and I just stayed there for a while. And the only time, and she made a mistake again, she got next to the wall, and so that's when I went and saved her. But she eventually got moving around a little bit here and there. But
Makes sense.
yeah, this time it was more people crowding me than her this time. It seemed like it, at least. At least it seemed like it because last time I didn't get claustrophobic. This time I feel like I did.
I mean, you know, again, that space was well open, and after a while, people did kind of start to disperse a bit. You know, folks were playing Smash Brothers or talking to each other or grabbing food. Like over time, we kind of spread out a little bit.
Right. I mean, I felt like the reason I felt like a bit it was claustrophobic was because we were all on that one side of the room really close together. So if it hadn't been for that, I think I'd been fine. If we just spread out in like a group over here in this corner, over here in this whatever else, then it would have been fine. I think for me at least.
Right.
Yeah, the walls of that inner square, as much as I loved it and having that like space dedicated there, it could feel like we get pushed into a corner. It got a little bit claustrophobic.
Talking about the meetup, yes, that is exactly what we were talking about.
Indeed.
Quite.
Yep.
But yeah, the meetup was great. You know, I'm excited to see where it goes next time, because I will gladly do another hour-and-a-half drive for the next one. So.
But I guess for post meetup, where we all went to the Waffles, maybe we should have like a universal address to make sure everyone's on the same page of where to go.
Okay, we set the correct address to be fair, and it still took them the wrong place.
Yeah, that's what happens when you use MapQuest. I'm sorry, but y'all use some different app. Do not use Google Maps. It's all our phones gave us the right place.
So
He was like,
I
use
care,
Google
man.
Maps.
So I will say JW Moses was riding with me because he's my roommate, and he put in because you give me directions and yours were spot on. But he put in. I was like, how far up the road is it? Because I wasn't sure how far away University Drive was, and so he put it into his phone, and it's like, okay, go up here, take a right. I'm like, he said left though. He said, I don't know if he did or not. So I was like, all right, I'll follow you just for the sake of it. Got to the right lane. Was getting ready to turn. I looked to my left. I could see it from the red light.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm pretty sure he means right there. So we're already in turn lane. So we went and turned and we went up the road and turned around. So I made it there, but
yeah. And then Llama and Nick and Sniper were all. Well, Llama was doing his own drive. You and Sniper were riding together. You guys were right behind me the whole time in a caravan.
Exactly.
So we all made it. But there was an entire 2 or 3 other people who were we went all the way down to this other Waffle House. That's not precisely down the road, but it's down the road, take another road, and then go further down that road.
Well, I mean,
it was funny that
to be fair, I almost did too, because when you look up Waffle House, that's the one that pops up.
Look at that, prioritizing the non-dangerous Waffle Houses.
So again, despite all of that, we still posted the correct address. At some point, we were like, okay, look, here's the address, we're just meeting here. And they were like, yeah, it still didn't take us to the right place. And I'm like, hold on, pull up my phone.
Hold on.
Copy the address, paste it, and it took me right there. I was like, yeah, no, it takes you here. That was fun, though. That was a lot of fun with Waffle House.
Oh, yeah. And we got some good plans for collabs and stuff like that, so that was good.
Oh, yeah. With Halloween League coming up, everyone's trying to get into a full collaboration event.
Yep.
But speaking of, the collab we did, what was it, Wednesday? Yeah, it was Wednesday when we played Secret Neighbor. I'm more than ready to play that again.
I am too.
If my internet was functioning properly, I would have gladly joined you, but then again, I can't get the lights to work.
One issue a day, man.
Yep. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and for those who are new to the stream team and everything like that, we do it's up to each member to decide whether or not they want to do a collab with one another or not. Danzik and I are doing another collab this week. I think Nick and I have talked about doing a collab again at some point in the future.
That is correct. Collaborations are just fun, period. It's good to have someone to talk to and bounce off of. It's also real quick, I mentioned I would explain this. So normally Kevin and I are quite early, right? We're usually early to these events. That said, I spent all that morning with a U-Haul, loading this place up, literally putting in the bed frame, and then being like, cool, I have to go drop off the U-Haul and go pick up Kevin and then go drive another hour and a half. So I would have been there early, but
the fact you made it on time was, that's good.
The fact we were able to do that, I was impressed. So traffic wasn't garbage this time. I think last time I went up there was an accident and it was at near standstill,
So definitely anyone, if you're in the North Alabama area, watching this a lot or watching this right now, and any point in time when we're having one of the meetups, you should definitely drop by and attend, because it's seriously a super fun time.
You should, as well as, even if you're not in North Alabama, I would still consider it worth my drive, so I would still say check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry.
Because I'm definitely not Northern Alabama, so...
Well, one thing other than everyone collabing for the Halloween month, we have a lot of people doing charity streams for a lot of different organizations for themselves, just trying to, for Extra Life and other charity companies. People have already been getting a jump on that too, that I've been seeing. Already, I know Kevin was running his on Modern Warfare, and I feel so bad because he's like, I worked all day, I got my game all 12:30. I'm gonna do a 24-hour stream after being up for 24 hours. I was like, dude, no, it's not gonna happen.
That's a negatory there, Chief.
Sorry, man. He's planning on doing a second 12-hour stream to make up for it. What, this weekend? I think
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know how much. So I was told it's out there now. I don't know how long y'all want to go today, but while we're still talking and we're talking about this next week, y'all want to discuss y'all's plans for y'all's channels in the next month or so?
Yeah, we can definitely do that near the end.
Okay. Like I said, I didn't know how long y'all want to go. That's why I was bringing that up.
Yeah.
We can wrap on that about what our plans are. We can plug ourselves again before we go.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a good plan to do that. So with everyone doing charity live streams, are you both? I know you're doing one with True TV, Pallas. What about you, Nick? Are you planning on trying to get one going?
Yeah, I got to figure out. I got to figure out soon, obviously, because pokes are starting already. But I do need to jump on a charity stream, and I got a couple things that I told folks I would do for a charity stream. So I got to get the logistics of that figured out now, because I may or may not have said some very dumb things that I would try, and boy howdy, they called me on it. So.
Oh well.
Because I was like, it's not like I'm gonna get 100 followers. Oh wait, hold on. Oh no. Okay, well, it's like your Witcher predicament.
Yeah, it sounds just like that, except now probably a little more.
It's pretty much that. And also, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't have anything ironed out just yet. But I do want to do a charity stream. I am quite a fan of streaming, and I'm quite a fan of charity, so why not both?
Yeah.
I know there are plenty of people on the team that are doing charity streams, so...
Yeah, I've got 2 planned. For
the mini PSA on all the charity streams is that, I mean, for a lot of us, people don't really have the money to donate. Really, so it's really hard. But whenever you see anybody kind of out there doing a charity stream or they have one planned, they're going live, one thing you can really do is just share that they're doing that charity live stream. If you know them or you really don't know them, they're part of the team or they're part of the group or whatever, just sharing that out there and getting more names to people.
Yeah, that's huge.
Is great. Not just for building. It's not just like most people don't do charity streams for the fact that, hey, this will get my name out there and I can probably get more viewers. It's because they're actually trying to, raise money for a actual benefit, for actually a good cause. And just that, only if you can't do it, even just sharing it to like 5 people gives them that opportunity. There's 5 other people who can probably put like $5 down and try to help out for this cause, because there are a lot of people out there that need help, and these charities a lot of these charities, especially Extra Life, like really take that money and they really put it into a good place to try and help everyone.
Exactly.
And if anybody in chat has never done a charity stream but's interested in it, you can reach out to any of us. I'm sure we all know of some you can help out with.
Yeah, I've never done a charity stream myself. I am planning to do one this year. Moving said otherwise, but I'm still gonna try to. So,
right.
Unfortunately, this year I'm not going to be doing one because I got a lot of stuff coming up for this month that I need to take care of, like family-wise and everything. But I'm definitely going to be poking. I'm going to be advertising people's streams and sharing things and popping in everywhere that I can while I'm doing that to try and help them raise money.
Yeah, that's another low-key thing you can do is even just sharing it, like jump in and say hi, or jump in and say hi, give them a hey, appreciate what you're doing, keep up the work or whatever.
I wish Sniper was here to test that, because when he started his stream at 12:30, I was the first person to jump in at that because I just wrapped up my stream, my stuff, and I was getting ready to go to bed when he went live. And immediately the first thing I did was say hi, talk to him for a little bit, drop $50 a donation into his stream, and then that had his energy levels so high up that he was ghosting pretty well. But it doesn't seem like that energy level kind of started petering out as his exhaustion started kicking in.
To be fair, he decided
he was away. Yeah, he was working that day. There's no doubt he was going to peter out. But I can't I can't tell anyone how nice it is just to have somebody pop in your chat and talk with you while you're streaming, let alone doing a charity stream. And it just does wonders for that person's energy and makes them want to just keep going, keep playing. So
yeah. A good portion of my streams start out as 2 or 3 hours, and then There was the night I got probably the biggest raid I'd gotten, and it ended up being 5.5 hours. So things happen, you know.
Yeah, when I did my Breath of the Wild challenge stream, it was like, I'm just gonna do this for 2 or 3 hours. Then I got raided 3 different times that night, and so it just kept building and building to a full like 5-hour stream. I was like, guys, this is a midnight. I'm really tired. I want to go to bed. Can y'all stop raiding me?
So one of those was my fault. I told them to raid you, and then the other one I was in their chat, but I stayed quiet when they asked who to raid. I was like, I'm not answering this question. They still raided you.
I know. I mean, trust me, I loved it, and it was such a huge like shock, and you know, it's really nice to be raided, but I was already like petering out, and I was just like, it's time for bed. You've been raided.
I've had that before. I've had streams where I think the most I've ever been rated, it was like 4 or 5 in one stream. I was like, holy crap.
And you just feel like if you get rated near the end of what you're planning to be the end of your stream, you just like, you feel obligated to at least keep going a little bit.
Yeah, in my case, I feel obligated to at least get a half hour to an hour additional content. So those new people who are just find me for the first time through that raid can at least see what I'm about.
Yeah.
Right.
When you stack 3 of those. Perfectly spaced too. In 30-minute windows, it was just like, oh my gosh, I got raided. Well, I guess I'll keep going. All right, now we're about to come to raid. Okay, I'll go another 30 minutes, I guess. And guys, please, I'm dying. I love all of you, but I'm dying.
I mean, to be fair, you were playing Breath of the Wild. Everybody loves that game.
That is true. And that stream was originally like, I just want to do a casual Breath of the Wild, and then somehow it turned into a 3-heart, 1 stamina wheel challenge run. And everyone was like, you're a madman, you're crazy, why are you doing that? And I was like, I don't know. It's interesting.
And I feel like anytime there's been a trend of anytime I get raided, like especially in Siege, right? I start popping off a bit. And then I do it, I'm like, don't expect this as the normal. This is because I'm getting raided and I'm hyped right now. Yeah. So don't expect me to actually be that good. Promise.
I like that.
Having someone stop by is critical for long streams and charity streams. Yeah, I agree. Just even if you don't say much, usually don't talk much in the Twitch chat. Just say hi, ask them about how they're doing, ask them about the game they're playing. Try and just get a few questions in, and that alone will make any streamer's day. Just
yes, absolutely.
Because we love to hear from you, everyone who like watches.
I like Ashme's comment. Yeah. Danzig, much like Link, had a very small stamina bar at that point.
So small. Very small stamina.
Well, that's what he gets for trying to scale a mountain immediately, but...
with only 3, or the default stamina bar.
Listen, I got stuck on that mountain for like a solid 15 minutes, okay? Did you catch any of that, Nick? Did you actually watch that?
I didn't watch it then, but I actually did watch the archive of it when it was posted.
Oh, so then you saw me giving up on life for a moment because I couldn't escape the mountain.
Was that the mountain where you was avoiding the ledges that would give you your stamina back?
Yeah, I was like on the side of the mountain, and you could see the top, but it was raining, so you can't really climb efficiently. So I was trying to cheat and try and find those little edges of the ledge you can stand on to regain your stamina bar. But there wasn't one. There was only the one, so I just kept sliding down to the same spot over and over and over again. So like 10 minutes of that passes, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm like, that's it, I'm gonna sail all the way to the bottom and work my way back up again. I ran out of stamina and drowned, and it put me right back on the side of the mountain.
I think at one point, when I was watching, you got to a mountain. It wasn't that big of a mountain, and you had went up, but you went right past the ledges and ran out of stamina.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, he does know he could get his stamina back right there, right? It was just and you slid back down and you went back up again and you missed it too. I'm like, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm going to see how long he goes and does this for.
Trust me, I tried everywhere on that mountain. I did. I had. If you can go on the highlight later after point out where it is, I will pull up my game, go there, and see if it works.
Oh no!
But I guarantee you it didn't.
Well, like I said, when I was watching, it was a different mountain. But you just, like I said, you kept going up it, and you were skipping. Like I could see the ledge. It was plain as day. You just like, I'm gonna keep going. I think I can get this. Nope.
No. I know it made it worse later because I got in a battle with a Hinox, one of like the world's like little mini bosses with health bars, and I got so frustrated with it that I was like, I'm just gonna try and just attack it while it's sleeping, and it just sits up and crushes me under its like junk 3 times in a row.
Oh no!
You've been teabagged to death 3 times in a row. It's kind of embarrassing.
Can't say I have.
I'm so glad I got that highlighted. In clips.
Oh man, I love it. I had Danzig on in the background, and now again I just hear shrieking.
Yeah, it was frustrating. Those were the highlights of that stream. It was the side of the mountain frustration, the battle with the Hinox, and then me getting shot at by the Lionel with lightning arrows.
Oh no!
Because it's one shot and death, and you can't sneak around that thing. You just can't. It hears you every time.
It's not fair.
Not fair at all.
Oh boy.
So have y'all besides that, have y'all played any good games recently?
For me, the most recent surprise was Secret Neighbor.
Oh yeah, I was not expecting to get that game.
Man, I really wanted to jump in on that so bad. I was just like, dang it.
Secret Neighbor is released out now, and it's $20.
It is, but I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have that money at the moment right now.
Oh. See me after the stream.
And we're doing a collab. Yeah, because we're doing a collab on Wednesday. So,
man, I was like, dang it, so I'm just watching the stream, and I'm like cackling as I'm unpacking. I'm just like, this game looks great.
Okay, not to toot my own horn, but did you see the last match before we ended the stream?
Was that the one? Oh yes, okay.
The one where everyone died, but I clutched the victory at the end.
Yep.
If you ever looked at my stream, I popped off so hard at the end of that. Like, kicked my chair backwards, jumped up, screamed, "Let's go," and just did like a lap in my apartment. Let's go! Oh, I was so hyped because I was just like scared the whole time, and there was only like 5 seconds left on the clock. And I like somehow broke. I think it was Bearded B who was the killer at that game. I broke whoever it was. I broke his ankles at the last second. He missed me, and I just went in. I was like, "Yes, I'm alive."
So, ask me, system requirements according to Steam for a minimum are an i5, GTX 760, 5 gig storage space, and Windows 7 or higher. That's basically it. That's the minimum requirements to play the game.
And you definitely have that in spec. I know your system spec. Gone over. You could definitely run it.
I'm trying to think what because obviously, so in case you guys haven't heard already, I moved recently. So
really,
right? No. So outside of that, I haven't had too much time to play games as much. I've played a little bit of that Rainbow Six Siege Halloween event, which is literally it's hide and seek. And it's surprisingly, I like that game a little bit. So I'm really liking this event mode. They're getting weirder and weirder with every event, and this is, again, they just get better with it each time. Outside of that, I was sitting there and I was like, well, man, Friday, Modern Warfare releases. It's gonna be the big one. And wait a minute, isn't Outer Worlds out? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I go to look. Oh yeah, I have Game Pass installed. So I have a couple hours in that game, and Outer Worlds is great. I can't say too much because I'm only a couple hours in, but good lord, that game is exactly what I needed right now. Like, I needed a good Obsidian RPG right now. And Obsidian, for those of you guys who don't know, are the guys who did Fallout New Vegas.
Yep.
They did Knights of the Old Republic 2. They did South Park: The Stick of Truth. They did Pillars of Eternity, Tyranny, a bunch of great RPGs. So, surprisingly, they're very good at making RPGs, right?
Apparently. So I wanted to go ahead and look at Secret Neighbor on here. It's actually $17.99. So that's good.
They're still running a 10% discount unless you had the original. Was it Friendly Neighbor or whatever it's called?
Hello
if you
there.
had that, it was 40% discount.
Oh. I didn't have the original one. But they actually, apparently there was a day one balance patch they did, and man, did they change some things.
Yeah. So
Is that good?
So one thing they changed was in the game, you had if you're the neighbor, you had to level up before you could transform into the neighbor. Now you can transform immediately.
Oh no.
Yeah, which when we did that stream, Palace was our first neighbor we had, and we were wandering around, and I think you were trying to figure out how to transform.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't trying to do anything. I was just looking for the keys. I was like, "What's this machine sitting here that I can hit the button for?" And I hit the button, and everybody was like, "You're the neighbor."
Oh, he's the neighbor.
It was you.
Ew.
I still won.
Like, yeah, because it's for me. It seems like unless you know what the people that are surviving are doing, much like Dead by Daylight or Deceit, it feels like it's very catered to the killer. But once we started figuring the game out, it was a lot more balanced. I enjoyed that.
And that right. In that case, I didn't know what I was doing. I just at that point I'd figured. So it was probably another 10 minutes before I figured out how to change into the neighbor.
Yeah, you were still like we knew you were the neighbor. We tried avoiding kid running around with us getting keys and stuff. Like, what? Why are you not trying to kill? And you're like, I don't know how to transfer. Oh, press this button, and then you started killing us mercilessly, and the panic really began.
Yeah, at that point, because until I figured it out, all I could do was find keys and keep them, y'all from getting them.
Yeah. So let's see. The main thing they changed is that with the neighbor, he'll be at the start. They removed 2 upgrade machines for that, and since you can take a true form in the beginning of the match, there's a cooldown now. The key cards, they have
more of them.
They have more key cards now since they've updated the neighbor to kind of balance that out. They've nerfed the scout.
So one thing that I found was interesting was they had one comment on the release notes that said they give you hints who's the neighbor, and I've yet to figure out what those hints are.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I've had 2 or 3 times I was the neighbor, and immediately people were like pegging me. You're the neighbor. You're the neighbor. I'm like, how do you know? I didn't transform or do because at that point it was already you can transform immediately. I just like let myself like slowly the eyes get smaller, like I'm gonna faint, but then I didn't hit the button that takes me back to wherever.
Yeah.
Where I get angry, whatever. I didn't do that, and so he quit, and I got back up. He's like, "Oh, I guess you're not the neighbor," even though I was, because he was expecting me to disappear.
So for a lot of the times that I actually ever called anyone out for a neighbor, so my strategy became less trying exploring with the group, and I would immediately just run off on my own, find a card key, and go to the second floor, because there are holes in the ceiling where if you stand above them, like I watched like 5 different times, I watched somebody who thought they were alone activate the machine, and I'm like, oh, there's the neighbor. Hey guys, this person's the neighbor right now, and they're like, no one's here. And they're like wondering where I am. I'm just like watching them from the shadows above them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you're the neighbor.
Well, in my case, it was as soon as we spawned in, they would one guy would turn around and be like, "You're the neighbor." Like as soon as we spawned.
I mean, I would say that jokingly.
No, he was doing it and then throwing stuff at me.
Oh.
Now you see, the dirty secret to win all these games is immediately start making accusations that are unfounded. That is how this works.
Very true.
I mean,
so, on the lobby front, okay, so we can now lobby leaders can kick players out of their group.
Yes,
that's going to be useful. Custom games you'll now get awarded with coins. You can actually play custom games and get places. But to counteract farming, the amount of coins will depend on how many players in the match. Uncap the FPS on the game, so that's good.
Yeah, it was stuck at 30 or 60 is what it was stuck at before. Now it's unlimited.
Yeah. So there's a scout nerf, so now he only gets 10 nuts with 5 damage per nut using the slingshot. Fixed the occlusion in several spots, so that's good.
The what?
Improved neighbor hints.
Yeah, see, there you go. Neighbor hints. It's like, what is that?
What are the neighbor hints?
Yeah.
Like, the only time I ever found who the neighbor was, it was... Okay, so I just had a healthy... If I see you by yourself trying to... Immediately, I'm going to distrust you and think you're the neighbor. Because it's just like, that's healthy skepticism. But otherwise, I wouldn't make like a full accusation unless I saw you try to be on the machine.
Right, but that makes it sound like there's actual hints.
I mean, like the only hint per se that I could find is that the clown neighbor can turn into a pumpkin or like an object, and that pumpkin has a mustache on it instead of a smile. That shows that they're the neighbor, and that's the only thing that I noticed.
Okay. It says, "Yo, wait a sec. They're making a prequel. They already made a prequel. They already made a prequel to Secret Neighbor or Hello Neighbor.
Did
They
they?
did?
Yep. Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek. Yeah, it's already out.
Oh, okay, that was the prequel. Okay.
Oh, well then.
So I
it's
didn't
been
know
out
about
for
these
a bit
games
now.
until I got this one.
I mean, I watched YouTube videos of Halo Neighbor and all the theories and blah blah blah.
I have a weird history with that game.
Oh.
I got sent I think the beta for it I got sent. So I tried it out a bit, and not to dump on the game, but it came out and I really was just not a fan of Hello Neighbor.
I mean, I can't blame you. Me neither.
It's just the way that game's designed is kind of, it reminds me of the way old adventure games were, where it's like, oh, I was supposed to use the key to add to this, to melt the glass eye that gets me that, like, it's obtuse in a way that doesn't make the game fun. But that said, I haven't played it since then. I know they've done a prequel. People love the story behind it, and apparently this game had me cackling though watching all of you. So I want to try this game. Like, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, now this is like, I love games like Dead by Daylight and Deceit, just like the psychological, or Trouble in Terrorist Town. Like one person.
I was about to say Trouble in Terrorist Town was the
That's
OG.
what it is. Yeah. And like, I'll play that anytime. If we can do like a Gmod Trouble in Terrorist Town spooky map for a Halloween stream, then I would do that too.
I've always wanted to pitch the idea of doing a Gmod game night period, which is
That'd be so much fun.
do T-Hunt, you could do a prop hunt, you could do one of my favorite weird ones, which is Elevator, where you're just standing in an elevator and watching the weird things that happen. It's a great one, I promise.
And yeah, Axie's bringing up like games closest. She didn't play that, but a game closest to like this is Mine Knight, because I love games like Mine Knight, Secret Hitler. It's all about.
Secret Hitler's a ton of fun.
It's all about deception and like
Werewolf, like the OG.
Yeah, old school werewolf. Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Mafia.
Oh,
Mafia. There we go.
Trust in Tiny Juice. That's a meme. That's a meme for me. They're not gonna get Tiny Juice.
I was about to say, I'm like, Tiny Juice. Do you have something to explain? Do you have enough to share with the rest of the class?
So when we originally found Mine Knight, we were playing a bunch of different games. There's a random name generator for all the characters.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a random name and you have different topics. Mine just happened to be Tiny Juice. And as Pallas may have found out that in the minor part when we were playing that, I was on the killer, the neighbor. I'm really good at deception.
yeah.
And so by chat alone, I had deceived everybody into trusting me and then turned the words trust and Tiny Juice into a meme, even though I was the one completely screwing everyone over and killing them and doing the hacking.
It was you the entire time.
It was me. Everyone should trust in Tiny Juice.
He was the, because it was, oh man, I remember this. It was you. There was only two of us left, and I finally, the entire time we've been playing, I had not found a key. I finally found a key to the basement. I'm like, what do I do with this key now? They're like, well, you have to go unlock the door. I was like, where's the door at? Because I figured it was outside. No, when you first walk through the main door of the house, the front door, the basement door is right in front of you. And he was like, well, you have to go to the front door and unlock it. I'm like, okay. So I thought he wasn't the neighbor at that point. Well, I run up. He was the clown neighbor. So he had transformed into a pumpkin. He was a pumpkin sitting on the couch. There was 3 pumpkins over there. He was one of them. So I thought it was just another pump. I didn't even notice the pumpkins over there. I went up. I was still trying to figure out how to unlock. I was too close to the door, so I couldn't unlock it. So I was trying to back up to unlock the key. And all of a sudden, it says, you're missing. He grabbed me.
Oh, no.
That was the whole game. We started the game off pretty well, and they all kind of went. Oops, I paired up with somebody. I got the key cards. I helped us get to the higher floors. It wasn't until they had found something good and we were truly alone and everyone was lost in the house, everyone was still exploring, that while their back was turned, I turned into the neighbor and grabbed them up and killed them. And we played with the no ghosting rule. So like there was a scream, and then they didn't give my name away, and I would immediately turn back, and I would go like, "Oh my god, guys! I just saw the clown. I just saw the neighbor kill the kid. Oh no, I'm really scared." And everyone was like, "Oh crap!" And so just everyone was distrusting each other. Meanwhile,
I can't believe we all saw Pallas do it.
Well, no, that's the thing. We turned off names.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so we know. So if it was me, you wouldn't know it was me, because like you might have 3 people playing as the inventor or something like that. So you know it's one of the inventors, but you don't know which one.
You can describe what they're wearing because of the different costume outfits. But yeah, it was just like it's inventor with orange jacket, and you would just be like that, and I would just like start feeding misinformation and try to find somebody else, and then we would group up, and then I would start helping them and get their trust. The minute they turned their backs on me, I would just grab them up and kill them. And eventually, like the one of the games, like I think it was Pallas, was like, "I got this." And I was like, "Oh yeah, meet me out in the front yard, from me out at the door, and we can unlock it and leave." And I was like, he was outside and saw me walk towards the door and then go into a closet next to the door, and I was just standing there behind the door, like he's gonna come unlock the door. I'm gonna open the door and grab him, and he's like, "No, I'm not going in there." No, because you're the killer. And I'm like, "What? No. You can trust me."
Yeah, I don't know how I figured it out at that point, but I knew it was you.
Because you were the last one left, and we were the last ones left.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because it shows off the side everybody's name. And I finally figured out if it has stripes on their picture, it means they're gone. They've been nabbed. So if there's only 2 people left and you're not the neighbor, you know who it is.
What if I got this? Would you mind running it through me once or twice? A sort of yeah, we can do it tonight, or just if you want to go ahead and grab it, grab it.
What is he talking about?
Axie's probably gonna be pulling up, probably getting Secret Neighbor.
That game looks awesome. I do want to play.
If y'all want another person, let me know.
I mean, yeah, we can definitely try and pull up a little bit of a small Secret Neighbor thing and try and play test it post game release.
Yeah.
Maybe try and figure out what these neighbor hints are.
Yeah. I think that'd be good because we don't want to worry about people being dumb while we're trying to figure stuff out.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. And like I said, Nick, see me after the stream. We're gonna remedy that.
I got you, fam.
Yep.
I got you.
Yeah, we could do a 4-person custom game and check out. We can introduce 2 people to the game, and me and you can figure out what this new stuff is.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of me shouting, "It was me, Austin. It was me all along."
If JMO's still watching, if he wants to join in too, because he was there for that night. He's not gonna come play. We can always set up the One More Game podcast. People Adderall and B2B. See if they want to try and come join us.
What's the player limit on that game?
6 players per lobby.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a bit more than I expected. See, it's gonna be 9% me wondering where everything is because I have 0% correction.
Oh, I'm still that way, and I've been playing more than everybody else in the group.
Is it the same map, or is it like
same map?
Same map. It's just the neighbor's house.
So you could learn the map ideally.
You can, but there's a lot of turns and stuff like that. So you have to play it a good bit to get used to it. Right. I kind of know where stuff is if it's the 2nd floor or lower. 3rd floor and 3rd floor and higher, you very rarely get access to it in the map. Like you have to the neighbor has to be horrible. It has to be a horrible neighbor for you to get access to it because it takes time to find those keys.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I think if you get nabbed while you have a key, the key disappears. At least that's what it seemed like was happening.
Yeah, whenever someone had a key and they were nabbed, the key disappears. But that's when I figured out that there's not one key per lock. There are multiple keys per lock. I think there's 2.
But you have but you have to unlock all of the same color though.
Yeah, the locks are color coded. So if there's 2 red locks, a blue lock, and a yellow lock, there's going to be 2 yellow keys, 2 blue keys, and 3 or 4 red keys. There are multiple keys. Yeah.
And so yeah, it's one of those things that if you're the neighbor and you grab somebody has a blue key, somebody has a yellow key, everybody now has to find red keys. If they don't find red keys, you win when time runs out.
Okay.
And that's what I did the other night. I have a recording where the entire stream is just me running around grabbing keys because every time I would walk into a room where I wanted to level up, there'd be someone in the room already. So I just went around and started grabbing keys. I ended up with a blue and a yellow key. And they unlocked 1 red and they could not find any more of the red keys.
Yeah, I was having so much trouble finding the keys. And the crows are so misleading.
Yeah, because I don't even think it's the same room. I think it's supposed to be the same room the key's in, but a couple times I've done that, I've actually found it in the room next to it.
Yeah, it's like, I think the crow is just like a certain area is where the key is located, but it's not where the crow is. Because the crow can be in, like, one of the crows was on top of a cabinet where we had to like stack chairs and boxes to get to it. So like, there's no way they can put a key up there because it's
Well,
just
they can. I've seen screenshots where it's on top of the fence that you can't reach.
Oh well, great.
And it's just that when it spawned, it didn't properly check where it was at. It was actually that one on the fence was actually out of bounds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just when the game went to spawn it, it happened to spawn a location where it didn't check where it was spawning beforehand, and it just spawned in a location you couldn't access. Yeah, so there's supposed to be a few things like that. Now this is something I'm actually working on a video reviewing the game, and this is something I actually found. I actually found out you can mute players.
Can you?
Oh.
So if like you're playing with random people, you can actually mute them, and it's kind of hidden. So like with y'all guys that we're in Discord, it was no big deal, but like when I was trying to record or whatever later on, I couldn't mute people. Kind of find out you can mute them in the lobby, but as soon as you get that last person, you can't mute them again until you get into the actual game, and then you have to go to hit escape. And then when you see their names up there, if you mouse over their names, there's a little like an X icon on the left. You think that would be like kick them or something like that. Actually, that's mute.
Oh. Well, now there's a kick option for the leader. So
that's in custom games though, not in quick matches.
Yeah, quick matches. There's nothing we can do about that.
Quick matches. The X is actually a mute option.
Okay, that's good.
It's good, but it's misleading, and you also don't know it's there.
Yeah,
because you hit escape. It's not like Siege where you hit tab and you see the list of player names and you can do it there. You have to actually hit escape like you're leaving the game.
And the symbol's just an X, and it really needs to be a symbol of a microphone or like a speaker, and then hit X.
Right.
Yeah, because that's just a universal mute symbol that works a lot better.
Yeah, and I had to actually reach out to the Discord for that, and I actually put it in the bug report thing. They actually deleted my message as soon as I posted it.
I actually had one of the people in the developers Discord watching my stream of it for a while when we were getting things started, and I think they were like, I think they were just monitoring everybody who had access that time to get feedback.
Yeah, not me.
Well, I think you were the last.
I was watching in spirit.
But yeah, definitely go check out Secret Neighbor, because like Nick, I wasn't a fan of Hello Neighbor, but Secret Neighbor, that's a fun time with friends. That's just a fun time in general.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like to describe it as Dead by Daylight for kids, but darker.
Yeah. I mean, this Dead by Daylight, you won't get that many screams out of me because it's a horror. The fact that there's a clown neighbor, that sold me. I'm scared. I'm done.
Well,
that's a hard no.
So, for me, it wasn't more that it's the clown. It was more like just the surprise of, they're grabbing you, and if you don't get away fast enough, instead of being on a hook, you're like, okay, I get on a hook with Dead by Daylight, and I can get a chance to get off. This is if someone if you're not next to me or you're in a room nearby to throw something at him, I can't get away unless I'm a certain character.
Yeah, the brave is the only one who can break free from the neighbor's grasp, and that's only if they've already hit the neighbor 3 times with objects.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one of those things. It's like if I get grabbed, I'm just gone. So it's more like the scare of, oh crap, I've been nabbed and I didn't expect it, than it is anything. So that's why it's more. That's why I say it's more for kids. That and the fact that you're playing as kids and it's more of a cartoonish style of artistry.
You're also noticeably short.
Yeah. Oh, we noticed that immediately in the stream. I was like, wait, this is weird. We had to look up at things.
Yeah, it's so disorienting at first because usually we're playing characters that are actual, like, I would say about like adult height, but playing someone like half that height and everything is a lot bigger than it should be. It's kind of like,
like a clown neighbor.
and that's when you turn into the neighbor. You go to what height, and now you're trying to look down and grab odd job, basically. Try and grab the kids because they're just that small.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have to look down to grab them too. So.
Yeah, and it's very easy to miss because I mean, there's times where we dance around the neighbor trying to escape in a panic, and the neighbor couldn't really grab us because we're smaller targets.
Yeah.
Right.
One thing I kind of wish was a thing. I wish you could dodge as neighbor, because if you get 3 people or even 2 people together and they all have objects they can throw at you, whenever you get hit as a neighbor, you go into this like state where you can't do anything because like
you're dazed.
You're dazed, whatever else. Even if they hit you like on a foot, you get dazed, and so it's like you get hit and the next person immediately throws something, you get hit again, and so you're constantly dazed. You can't defend yourself. You can't dodge. You can't do anything.
Now run with me on this. How much scarier would it be if you're throwing a pumpkin at the neighbor and the neighbor treated it like dodgeball and just caught it with one hand, and just kind of gives you that anime demon glare? It spikes you back. Yeah, that would be hilarious and so terrifying.
Yep, I agree.
So I'm picturing an anime secret neighbor now, and I'm just...
Yeah, right.
Well, the reason I bring that up is because I had one game where the kids were trolling me. I was like going after one of them, and all of a sudden I had 3 of them around me, and they started just tossing them at me. And hit the kid. I wanted to mute. I wish I'd known how to mute that kid because it was really making me really mad. I'm glad I wasn't streaming, but it was like he's like you can't. He's like trolling me. He's like you can't do that when there's multiple people of us together.
They got to run out of objects eventually.
No, because it gets tossed on the ground. I'm dazed. They can walk up, pick it up again.
Oh, okay.
It's not like they throw the object and the object like breaks or something like that. It's a pumpkin.
That's right. That's right.
The pumpkin can just lands on the ground. And you pick it up and throw it again.
Oh, that's kind of super lame. I guess it's a strategy, but
I mean it's a strategy. But when the person's outnumbered and they can't defend themselves or dodge or anything like that, it is very much in the favor of the children because you're vastly outnumbered.
Yeah.
5-1. And that's a balancing thing that I think they could improve on.
Well, they did do this balance, but when did you play this and this happened? Was this yesterday? Cause
this was after the balance.
Okay, then.
Because, and the reason for that is because, like I said, you're outnumbered. You can't do anything about being outnumbered.
Yeah.
Unless they added a new thing that says you can dodge or something like that. Unless they added a new functionality like that, there's nothing you can do about it. There's no amount of balancing without adding a new feature for the neighbor is going to be able to get around that.
I think instead of dodging, there needs to be like a break period between stuns. That way it gives you time. Like when you're dazed and when you come out, there's like a 2-3 second window where you can't be dazed again and you can be able to reposition. Yeah, give you some iframes. Your audio's doing the thing again, Nick.
So like a temporary immunity?
Yeah, just some invincibility frames between hits.
Yeah.
That way, because the concept wasn't for us to sit here and at least I don't think I didn't develop the game. But to me, it looks like the concept wasn't to let's keep dazing, like keep hitting the neighbor over and over again and chain that hit. So it was
more a way to defend yourself or to
to get away.
To get away.
Right.
And it just happens that people are figuring out, hey, we can gang up on the neighbor.
Yeah, so putting like a small buffer period of invincibility frames would probably benefit that game more from what it sounds like. But since I haven't played it since we played it together, the pre-release, we'll probably see that tonight.
Yeah.
Of course, if it starts to happen, I'm going to be like, okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm done doing that because it's really dumb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think we should play enough rounds that everybody can meet a neighbor once. So everybody can get an idea of what it's like, so they know what to expect if they're in a game with someone else.
Yeah, because it's gonna happen in just matchmaking.
Right.
People are gonna find ways.
And so you need to be able to, you need to know that that's a thing, and you can expect it.
Because right now the only counter that I can think of is playing the game in a way where nobody ever expects you're picking them off one by one. But now that apparently there's neighbor hints, which I had no idea of, maybe they can just immediately be like, "Oh yeah, you're the neighbor," and then bully. So,
Which
maybe
has
even
happened.
that's not
Which has
possible.
happened to me a few times.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look up what the neighbor hints are after this podcast.
I've tried looking up during the podcast. And I ain't figured it out yet.
And just to add to it, 3, I just received the game during the podcast, so thank you, my good man.
Well, I mean, you made it on your wish list.
True.
I mean, the entire time you guys were talking, it installed Dan and actually updated a couple other games, so I was like, oh, perfect.
I was doing the same thing. Secret neighbor items guide.
By the way, Danzig, I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's some clocks on the wall. If you're the neighbor, you can activate that clock and the gates go up.
Yeah, that's what I noticed when I was them. I did it very rare, but I would do it sometimes if I was completely alone. And that was just to like quickly get to the next machine to level up.
So what I would do is, I would sometimes, if I was alone, or I would activate and quickly run away. So I'd run to the next room. So if someone walked in the room while it's happening, they wouldn't see me. And
so, sorry, I just noticed. I just read this. The chairs, you can pick them up and click the door, and it will block the door, making them not be able to go in for a short amount of time.
I did that to y'all. At one point, y'all were trying to get in. Yeah, I heard someone say I have a key, and I knew they were coming from the outside, so I actually blocked the front door at one point.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
I mean, I knew you were outside. You just had to come through another entrance, so I could watch you from that way.
You're a mean one, Mr.
And
Neighbor.
I haven't figured out how to do it yet, but I was in a game where I was the first person nabbed, and I was watching from the point of view of the neighbor. I think it's the clown neighbor. I don't know if it's fully leveled up or what, but they can lay down bear traps.
What?
What?
He put.
Oh wait, here it is, the bear trap.
Yeah, you can put down bear traps. The room with the basement door. He put down 4 bear traps around the basement door, on 3 on each side of the door leading into that room, as well as at the bottom of the stairs. So if you came down the stairs, you got nabbed by it. So no matter which way you go, if you come in that room and you get anywhere near that door, you are gonna get hit by a bear trap.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I ran into a bear trap on like the 2nd or 3rd floor on one of the games we played, but I was a kid and I didn't know what we could use it for. But it looks like the pot. I wonder what the red pot did. Apparently, that gives you 1 free block, 1 protect from getting stunned by something throwing at you. And then apparently, if you hit, it'll drop and you get up a hammer. Garage, dropper, garden, the shed outside and backyard, or whatever. I'm deals so much damage than regular items and can bring anyone to their knees. Okay, so that's like a heavy hitting. Is there a health bar? There is a health bar, isn't there? I never noticed.
Bottom left.
Oh.
Yeah, if you get hit by something, you'll notice that there's a red bar that goes down.
There's some. I never knew anything about the items. I never want to look at it, but now that I'm looking at all this, this game is a lot more in depth than I thought. And apparently they put a Switch in the game, like a Nintendo Switch.
There we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so I see what the hints are now. GamePressure.com has some stuff. So people's hands, if they have, like you can choose what skills you have as a neighbor. Certain like trap or smoke bomb, you can see what they're holding. So that's one hint. If a door is locked and it says a child has to hit it several times to break open the door, a neighbor has enough strength to do it in a single push. So if they break open the door too quick, they're the neighbor.
This is some thing level of like cutting people, checking their blood, and seeing who's the thing.
Yeah. Now I'm definitely excited to play this in a little bit.
If you notice, 2 identical players with the same alias, one of them, of course, is the neighbor. They're mostly identified by throwing objects at them. You can also be smart and use the voice check as to quickly identify the disguised dude. What does voice check do with it?
So yeah, this game sounds rad.
So that's definitely.
I could see a bit of it.
Yeah, the original question was what was one of our summer playing recently, and to me that was Secret Neighbor was probably the most fun. Despite that, I just now started playing The Witcher 3 on stream, which I'm still the jury's still out on that one.
It's a great game. Just gonna say that.
You and a lot of people keep saying that.
Yep.
Right now, that game has crashed on me 3 different times, trying to load cutscenes and trying to load scenes, and maybe it's also because I'm playing on the second hardest difficulty that the combat's a little kind of jank, but
I mean, you even had people in chat say
might need an exorcism.
I mean, you even had people in chat say that difficulty is probably more realistic than anything.
yeah. But I mean, like when I swing and do like an attack, against like a pack of wolves, like it doesn't hit them at all because it just goes over their head. I'm having to get used to that, I guess. So I mean, it's got a good hitbox, but like it's like not designed to actually hit what you're targeting.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's just because I'm bad and I've never played a Witcher game and I haven't gotten there. I'm not gonna shit on the Witcher because it. Well, everyone will grab their pitchforks and come storm my apartment to kill me. But it actually does seem like a good game in a lot of regards, especially story-wise, and that's what I'm really trying to get into.
Mm-hmm.
But what about you, Nick? What have you been playing recently?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I played a little bit of, I played a couple hours into Outer Worlds. I really like it, but again, I want to get more time with it before I really start falling for it. But it's the perfect game for me right now with just moving things around. Like, it's nice to have, for someone who plays a lot of Siege, which don't worry, I'm still playing Siege, but it's nice to have something that I can just kind of, I can have a proper pause button,
Yeah.
I can pause and step away from it instead of being kicked for standing away for too long.
Very true.
Yeah.
What about you, Pallas?
I'm all over the place. So, of course, Secret Neighbor has been my newest one. I've been going back and playing games I've played before. So, I've been actually gotten Secret Neighbor. I got from, Stream Huntsville member, but I've received a couple other stream keys. So I've been going, kind of like Amy, going back and playing games. But I've also been recording the gameplay as well. I'm trying to add new content on YouTube. So I've been, that past week has been doing stuff like that. But as far as games new, it's pretty much the Secret Neighbor. Everything else has been games I've been playing. I did like a week or so. I still haven't finished it. Assassin's Creed Origins. I bought that game back when it was new, and I couldn't get into it. But I've been wanting to get into Odyssey, and this one's like a prequel to it. And so I've been trying to get through beating it, and I've actually started enjoying it. I didn't enjoy it at first, but the more I play it, the more I'm starting to like it.
A friend of mine said it had kind of a slow startup of enjoyment when it came to that game, but like eventually kind of like hits a peak of interest for him when he played it.
Now, I will say part of the reason probably why I'm still not 100% sold on it is because I've played Assassin's Creed since the very first game. I've only missed a couple of games. Like if you ever look at the games and like what are main story games and which ones aren't, I've missed I think 2 main story games, and it was because I didn't know those were main story games. And I've also missed like the side story ones like Chronicle, stuff like that. So I played these since the very beginning. And Origins for me did not feel like an Assassin's Creed game. And that's part of why it's been, I haven't exactly liked it. You still have the parkour, that's fine. But like some of the main things that identified you as an assassin in the game was what you don't have. So in the past you've had eagle vision, which you could hit a button and it would go into this weird like sixth sense thing where you could.
That's like witch sense or detective mode in the Arkham games.
Right, so you go into the sixth sense where the colors of the everything around you changes, But like if you look at certain people who are bad guys, they start glow. They turn red, or if they're a target, they turn yellow. You don't have that in this game. You instead have a real eagle, and so you hit the button, and all of a sudden you're an eagle flying in the air, and you can look around, but you can't identify them all that great. Like I can't, like in the other games, I could identify and say, okay, here's all that I'm in this bad area that's heavily guarded. Here's all the people in red, so I know where they are and where they're moving. This one, you have to identify them, and it's like if you get out of line of sight, you can't see them no more. So it presents new challenges that it does not feel like a true Assassin's Creed game.
Okay.
Right.
See, I played, for my Assassin's Creed knowledge, I played all the games that came out up until Black Flag. And then that's where I kind of I petered off after 3. And then I feel like there's just so much that's come out that I really don't want to try and get back all into them again. But watching gameplay and things of the different Assassin's Creeds, especially with Origin, it just seemed so off to what I enjoyed about Assassin's Creed 2 and 1 as well, but mostly 2 and that entire series of games that it's kind of off-putting to try and get back into it.
Oh yeah. Hey Tom, how's it going? Glad you could join us today.
I was about to say Tom's jumped in here.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
I was just mid talking when he joined, so. But yeah, that's probably been my game lately. Before this past week, that's why I was playing mostly that and doing code streams, which I've been doing more of because I've got a bunch of projects I've been promising to get done for forever.
Okay. There are a lot of games coming out this holiday season. I know Sword and Shield's coming out.
Sword and Shield.
Things coming out.
That reminds me. I did play Digimon. I did get that one. Digimon Cyber Sleuth released on Switch.
Oh yeah, how is it?
Very nice, dude.
Yeah.
See, you got another Magic the Gathering person.
Yeah.
What have I done?
But yeah, I got Cyber Sleuth, so that was good. I did one stream of it. My only complaint about that game is, well, my only 2 complaints. So much dialogue. So much dialogue.
So much what? You cut out there for me.
Dialogue.
Dialogue? Oh, well, I mean, that seems pretty par of the course of the Digimon
It's
games.
effectively a visual novel game, though, as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you're constantly. I'm not used to having to read so much for chat because there's no voice acting at all in the game. Or if there is, it's very minimal amounts. And so that's been something to get used to. And then there's no autosave. Unless you hit a new checkpoint, there's no autosave. So if your Digimon hit 0 HP, you start back at the beginning of the chapter. Unless you've saved.
Ooh, that's painful.
Yeah, so I was in the second chapter, and I was almost at the very end of it, and I forgot to save before I went to this area. And Digimon went to 0 HP, and that was it.
Yeah, I'm having to get used to that feature not being so prevalent in The Witcher 3, because there was a part where I was trying to find Drowner Brains to make a potion for a sick girl, and I just turned in one of the main quests, and there was my checkpoint at that place. But I would try and go, I would go to the side quest, I tried the side quest, I would die to a bunch of raiders who out-leveled me, and I would go all the way, because I didn't save, I would go all the way back there and have to play another 5 minutes to get to where I was, and then die again over and over. And I was I'm so used to having auto saves at this point, at different areas of the game. Hey, you got this new quest. That should be a checkpoint. And so I had to keep reloading and redoing all the progress again, and I just got so frustrated.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But that's just another part of the game I gotta get over and adjust to. So it's not really something bad. I just need to be better.
Fair enough.
As opposed to Cyber Sleuth, where that just sounds like nothing's more agonizing than going through a visual than back at the beginning, where you have to go through an entire chapter because it's just kind of ugh. Is there a dialogue skip option?
Nope. Just keep pressing A.
That's a hard no then right there.
Yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker, honestly.
Yep.
Well, at that point, I already read off the entire thing to chat, so I just hit A bunch of times until it finally got through it.
Yeah, especially
It just
oh
took
my
me
God.
2 or 3 minutes to get through all the dialogue.
Like 2 to 3 minutes of you trying to skip the dialogue. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no.
And ask me, it's not just you. I'm hearing Danzig cut out every now and then as well.
Oh, am I?
You both are, to be fair.
Oh, okay. Strange.
What change did you make on yours?
I didn't make any changes.
I mean, to Nick when his issue would come up.
Oh.
Oh no, my thing's just if I reboot voice meter, it fixes my issue.
Oh, okay.
I
maybe
probably need to do
I'm
that
just
too
not
because I'm
close
using
enough
voice
to the
mirror
mic.
as well.
Oh, are y'all? Alright, that should fix the issue for me then. I'm just playing with a mixer here.
Ask me says it hasn't heard me cut out yet.
True. It just depends.
Yeah. Anyway, all great games. It kind of sucks to hear about Cyber Sleuth, but I mean, how other than that, how is the game, like the gameplay?
Gameplay is good. It took me a little bit to get used to the attack mode. So you have like a D-pad style thing at the top where you or whenever you go to attack. So it's like this big circle, and you have to choose different directions to what you want to do. And it takes a little get. So instead of like Pokemon, where it's just up and down, whatever else, and it stays there. If you let go of that, it goes back. So you have to hold the button down and then make your select option.
Oh man.
So there's like just other than stuff like that, the game overall is good. It's got a nice story. You is literally a you literally have a mystery to solve. So got a nice little story.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Nice.
At least check, if you're not gonna get it, at least check it out and watch someone's VOD of it, so you can at least get an idea a little bit more about the game. Because I mean, overall it's a good game. I mean, I have mentioned a few issues I run into. This because those things just were kind of annoying, but other than that, the game overall is very good.
Why do I feel like I saw it was on Steam? Oh, that was
Oh,
Digimon Masters Online. And
So
there's
it-
Digimon Story Cyber
I'm
Sleuth.
pretty sure it just released on PC as well. I'm pretty sure.
Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition.
Yep,
for
that's
Yeah,
it.
'cause
$50.
it was on PS4 for a while.
It was released on PS4. It's now released on Steam and Switch.
Oh, okay. Has any of you tried Digimon Masters Online?
I haven't. I've not tried it yet.
Like, it came up as like a recommended thing for me.
Yeah, Digimon Masters Online. I have it. I have it installed. I just not played it yet.
Oh, okay. DMO is an MMO that came out after Digimon Battle, I think. Okay.
Yeah, the only reason I have it played is I don't know anyone else that plays it as well, and I don't like playing MMOs without friends. So
Me neither.
actually, let me uninstall that right now because I ain't gonna play
100
it.
plus percent Digimon. Digimon riding modes, raid bosses, dungeons, accessories, 50 maps and worlds, much more to come. Got a lot of mixed reviews, it looks like. But I mean, I got Final Fantasy 14 as my MMO, so
I was about to say, do you really need another MMO?
no. I'm not even on Final Fantasy 14 as much as I'd like to be. But as I was looking there, look at this early access game. It's Adventure Quest 3D.
Wow.
That's
really?
something I haven't heard in a long time. Wow.
That's a thing.
For a lot of, I mean, like, this was Venture Quest, the original, like, Battlon.com Adventure Quest, was my foray into any kind of, like, online-ish computer gaming. Can't even call it really online. Like, that was the game I got into before I got into RuneScape. And then, subsequently, World of Warcraft and Guild Wars, and kept going.
I haven't touched RuneScape since high school.
And then, you know, much like drugs, you look for, you know, a better high and a better high, and you just keep chasing it. So,
Audio again, Nick. Well, at least I couldn't somewhat make. I think I got what you're saying, how it was just kind of like a high, chasing after high over again.
Ask me, you can actually refund even after 2 hours through Steam.
Um,
It only counts if you've played 2 hours or more in game.
Do what now?
You can return a game as long as it's under 2 hours of in-game playtime.
Interesting.
okay, I'll work with Xmu on it, see if we can get it working after we're done here.
Cool. Yeah, y'all have anything else y'all want to talk about?
Not
Maybe that's
really.
about it, honestly. I'm looking
Alright.
forward to what's gonna all the collabs and the different content everyone's gonna be putting out this next week for the Halloween.
Yeah. So, do y'all have, real quick before we end, do y'all want to talk about anything you're doing in the next month or so? Week to
I'll let
month?
you have the floor on this one.
Okay. Mostly what I have planned now is as of last week, I've started taking streaming more seriously, so I'm trying to do a more scheduled content. I'll be streaming 3 times a week, probably on Tuesday, Thursdays, and either Friday or Saturday. Mondays, for the week of Halloween next week. Monday, I have planned a Code Vein stream to try and finish up that second playthrough of it, a New Game Plus, because that still counts as somewhat spooky. Tuesday, I want to do probably and maybe do Witcher 3, maybe, but or I might try and do another scary game with a few friends of mine. At Wednesday, we kind of have the idea we're gonna be doing Sacred Neighbor again, like a revisitation of it. So I'm looking forward to that. And Thursday, I actually have picked out a actual horror game that I don't know nothing any about other than just I've seen reviews, like very light reviews on it. And that's the only thing I have to go off on, and I'll be playing that on Halloween night as well. And then Friday should be our first, me and my friend group's first online D&D session, of which I'll be streaming our D&D sessions live. But it's only going to be the one episode right now because at the start of November, NaNoWriMo, November writing month, is going to be going on, and I'll be doing I'll be writing all month on a story that I've been working on. But otherwise, other than that, I mean, I'll still have my 3 streams a week. I'll be playing trying to do Breath of the Wild and Witcher, and the D&D streams on Fridays. But really, that's about all I have there, and I'm going to be putting in a lot more channels streams to try and help out as much as I can, since I'm not going to be doing one this month.
Okay.
Nick, how about you?
So obviously, pending if I can get everything up and running here, which I should be good now. I'm pretty much got everything ironed out. I don't have anything super big planned. I am going to be playing some of the Halloween event for Rainbow Six Siege on my channel. Shocking, I know, but that event's really cool though, and I actually do want to show that off because that game is really getting fun with their event modes like this. So I'll definitely be streaming some of that. Sounds like I'll probably be playing some Secret Neighbor with some folks, so who knows what happens with that. I'll leave that open. And then I might try to stream some Outer Worlds and or some Modern Warfare, whichever kind of comes first, really. Not anything too spooky planned here, but we'll find something spooky. In fact, here, real quick.
I can give you a list of recommendations.
I'm going to lift this candle here, but yes, we will play spooky games. Yes. I'm going to move the candle back because that's burning. But...
Anything else?
Not really. That's all my plan for the next week, obviously pending that I can get everything up and working.
Okay.
What about yourself, though?
For myself, the next week is my busiest week of the month. So, well, month and a half, I guess you say. Starting tomorrow, I'm doing a 7-day stream. So I'm starting on, well, technically 6. Starting tomorrow, I'm doing Halloween is what I'm calling it. I've heard the name mentioned other channels as well. But I'm starting probably Last of Us tomorrow. I've already had a playthrough started. I want to get through it. So probably Sunday, Monday, and if I still need more time on Tuesday, I'll do Tuesday as well. But Last of Us, Wednesday is Secret Neighbor. Thursday, I'm not sure yet what it's gonna be. And then Friday's probably gonna be whatever game I can find. But Saturday is this whole week is actually not only Halloween, but it's also charity stream for me. So Extra Life. So on my own channel, and then on Saturday, I'm actually joining the Rocket Punch crew, who are local Stream Huntsville streamers, helping them do their 24-hour stream. So mine's divided up among the week, but theirs is the whole 24 hours, so I'm helping them that day. After that, I'm actually doing the opposite of Danzig. I'm going down from 4 days a week to 3.
Okay.
I ran to the not really a situation, but where I used to be in more of the team's chats and hanging out with you guys more often, and I did like a push to get more Twitch content out there, and as a result, for my channel at least, I felt that it kind of stagnated my growth. So I'm trying to tone that back a bit down to 3 days a week and maybe network more and just kind of hang out with you guys a lot more, as well as dedicate some a night or two a week to doing YouTube content. So gonna be doing that, but after this week, it's 3 days a week, with the exception of probably 2 weeks in November where I'm going to DreamHack Atlanta, and then the week after that is Thanksgiving.
Fair enough.
So that's going to be my schedule.
For the week of Thanksgiving, I won't be doing a Thanksgiving stream because of family, and then actually that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is I'm going to be out of town, going back to Louisiana where I was born. Go take care of some family business. And actually that Sunday and that Monday are my mother and my aunt's birthdays, because they were born, mom on the 1st, aunt on the 2nd, and 16 years apart.
Huh.
Somehow that lined up, so it's going to be I'm taking that time off, like those days off work, that Friday, that Black Friday, that Monday. But that Tuesday after Thanksgiving, I should be back on my normal schedule for the month of December.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been, in the past, I've been Monday, Tuesday, Friday. I'm actually switching to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That way, because what happens is come middle of the week, I'm trying to figure out work schedule along with stream schedule and how it's all going to work. And this way, I have come Wednesday, all my streams for the week is done. I don't have to worry about it. And it also gives me an opportunity to, like, maybe if I want to hang out with friends on Friday night, I can now.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's it for me. Any last words?
I mean, how about we end it with this? Where can I watch your stuff, guys?
All right. Let's see. We should have this working here. Bear with me 1 second.
It's a pretty fair one. I can go ahead and add that in. Then you can see my content over at twitch.tv/DanzikStreams. We're trying to get a Bundle Buddies videos soon, so you can catch that on YouTube at Danzik the Rogue. Capitalize each of the words, no spaces. You can follow me on Twitter at DanzikStreams and on Facebook /DanzikStreams as well for any of my updates when I go live, and any kind of updates about when I'm doing any collaborations with any other the Hobo Slayer group or any of North Alabama streamers.
Nice.
And I've shouted both of you out in chat if anybody wants to follow you guys.
Much appreciated.
Says the last thing I streamed was IRL because I streamed our drive up to the event. Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, that threw me off. I was like, wait, what?
Right. I guess I'll jump in for myself here. Obviously, you can find me on Twitch here at twitch.tv/NikUncut. Like I said, I play a lot of Siege, but I am getting better about playing other games here. I am trying to set up a regular schedule just because due to my job at the moment, I'm not able to as much. But I am going to try and establish a regular schedule. That way, you can regularly see me play something a few nights a week at least. So, that's kind of all I'm up to at the moment. And obviously, my name is NikUncut on everything. So you can find me on Twitter and all that good business.
All right. For myself, you can follow me at the link there in chat. It feels so weird shouting myself out. but I am at PallasStreams on Twitch as well as all social media. The only thing I'm not PallasStreams at is like YouTube. You can just look up Pallas on it because I want to eventually get the name Pallas. It's just being a pain with certain sites. People already have the Pallas, and certain sites they don't. So, I'm PallasStreams almost everywhere except YouTube, and then like any consoles, I'm not that at all. So, yeah,
Nice.
you can find me 3 days a week on Twitch, and every time in Discord. And
Awesome.
And that's it, everybody. That is, I don't know what episode we're on. Whatever episode of the Hobo Slayers podcast.
Actually,
10/26/2019.
I got an idea here.
What's up?
Okay.
I think in good faith, and I think in spirit of the show, how about we rate someone?
Yeah.
Very well.
Let's get a bit of fun here. I think we got someone we can raid.
I think we got DJ Spirit over here doing his continued charity streams for Outer Worlds right now. He's doing a charity stream for Extra Life, playing the Outer Worlds, I should say.
Yep, looks like it.
I was actually thinking someone else. D Drum hasn't streamed in a while. He's actually live right now. Playing Rocket League.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, Rocket League's fun. Let's see. And if anyone else has suggestions of who to raid while we're trying to figure this out, go ahead and drop that down in the chat real quick.
Yep.
Preferably a team member, since this is the Hobo Slayers podcast.
Yeah.
D Drum from Mortanis.
D-Drum. I think that'll be a good surprise.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Let's do it.
All right. All right, guys. So we're gonna raid D Drum. If you can, hang on for that raid. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Hopefully we can get back into doing this on a more regular basis. We'll see how it goes.
And if you're a member of the Hobo Slayer stream team and you haven't been on the podcast yet, we definitely recommend you hop on here, tell us about yourself. It's a good way to get your name out there.
Seriously, do it.
each other.
It's fun.
It is. And also, it would stop me and Nick from having to come on here for a 4-peat.
I mean, look, we could come back and make it a 4-peat. I'm just saying.
We can.
We can, but we would like to get to know our fellow team members.
We want to hear from you.
That's the point of the podcast. Is we want to get to know our team members, get to know a little bit about you, your content, just you in general, various topics. And
Hey, Chibi, just in time for the raid.
Yeah,
there's never been a better time to join in.
That's the best time. I mean, it's ending here, but the party continues on over D-Drum, so I mean...
Exactly.
But yeah, the point of the podcast is to get to know our team members, and we can't get to know you if you don't join. So if you are interested, do post in the Hobo Slayers podcast channel if you're on the team. If not, we will see you next time. Do remember, if you're joining us in the raid, let's do a Hobo Slayer raid whenever we join. So y'all have a great night.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
All right.